It's the second miniseries in 2 years to cover the Candy Montgomery axe murder trial. And this is with Elizabeth Olsen playing Candy Montgomery and Jesse Plemons, who got an Emmy nomination for his role. He plays the husband of the murdered woman, Betty Gore. He plays her husband, Alan. So let's talk about love and death. Hey guys, Dan here. This is Dan Reviews It. Welcome to my TV review for Love and Death. This is a miniseries on Max. It is streaming right now, and there's 7 episodes total for this. And like I mentioned, this is the second Candy Montgomery miniseries in as many years. Last year we had Candy, it was called, just 5 episodes there, so diving in maybe a little bit deeper to the characters in this one. And that was with Jessica Biel as Candy Montgomery. And here, like I said, we have Elizabeth Olsen. So before I launch into the specifics of the show, let me welcome you into Dan Reviews It. Thank you for finding this video. We do movie and TV reviews here on the channel, and just about every day something new goes up. So always a lot to check out. Please consider subscribing. Hit that notification bell so you get all the alerts for my new video drops. Or you can just like this video or comment below. That stuff always, of course, helps the channel out as well. All right, so first I'm going to read just the IMDb byline of this movie, just verbatim. It says, 2 church-going couples enjoy small-town family life in Texas until somebody picks up an axe. I mean, I guess that that is true. There's a little bit more to it than that, but very briefly, to kind of not go too much into the specifics of the story, but you have Elizabeth Olsen playing Candy Montgomery. Jesse Plemons plays Alan Gore. So the two of them were having a love affair. It ended about 6 months before the murder, but nevertheless, both of the spouses ending up finding out about it, and Betty confronts Candy, and we know the rest. Or if you don't, that's even better, maybe. But there is a murder, and then there is a trial that we spend a few episodes of this on. So there is a lot to like about this, and a lot that I'm not in love with. It's pretty easy though to compare sort of the acting selections for this as compared to Candy. And I never finished Candy. I think I watched the first 2 episodes, enough so I could review it for you guys. But I never watched all 5 episodes. So I'm gonna my comparisons sort of end with the actors that they've chosen. So Elizabeth Olsen, I think, was a great choice for this character, because you do need somebody who we kind of already know and like. Yeah, she's played, the villain in WandaVision and that Doctor Strange movie that was horrible. But she's also, done a lot of really interesting character work in some of her other dramatic roles. And so this is kind of just another one for her, another really solid, meaty character. And yes, Candy Montgomery is a real person. I think she's still alive. And it's great to see her take on this very complex role that, to be honest, I don't think Jessica Biel quite landed. Now, the one good thing about Jessica Biel is she is, I think, less familiar in the face to many people these days. If this was 20 years ago, maybe she would be a little more familiar. But I haven't seen a ton of Jessica Biel movies. And she has like this, this late 70s perm that Candy had. To me, that was somebody who was less recognizable. But Elizabeth Olsen is such a great actress. She just has these like little subtle things that she does, with her face or her, her speech or whatever. And she really knocks this out of the park. I'm surprised she didn't get a nomination, actually. But Jesse Plemons is the one who did. And of course, the Emmys got pushed back because of the strikes. So we won't even find out if he wins until early next year. But he's nominated for Best Supporting Actor. He plays Alan Gore. He's very good. He always sort of delivers as well. But I think the biggest kind of difference in the actors they chose for these characters. So Lily Robb plays Betty Gore, and in the Candy miniseries, it was Melanie Lynskey. Melanie Lynskey is, she's just great in everything. And, Betty Gore is the kind of person, and they sort of trot this out in the trial, that nobody really liked. They would sort of talk about her in hushed tones, but nobody really loved this woman. And so Melanie Linsky has certainly played, both protagonist and antagonist. But I don't know. I feel like Lily Robb, even though Melanie Linsky is certainly a better actress, I think Lily Robb actually really nails this character. So for me, the acting here is better than in Candy, and this was co-created by David E. Kelly, who of course is known for quirky characters and sort of oddball scenarios. He did Ally McBeal, he did Picket Fences, but this is his first, as far as I know, sort of real life situation. These are based on real people. And I think the dialogue here, because David E. Kelly is involved, the dialogue and the character development, I think, is pretty strong. And, because we have two additional episodes than the Candy miniseries did, we do spend more time, I think, getting to know these characters before the murder happens. Because is it the end of the third episode or something that happens? I mean, look, this is not really spoilers. I mean, this is this woman's history, and I don't know. I mean, I know I'm talking about things that happened at the end of the third episode, but that is the sort of the basis for this whole show existing. So I do have to say it. But my point is, it takes them a while to build up to that, and in that time, we're learning about these characters, and then we spend the second half in the trial, episodes 4, 5, 6, and most of 7. Well, 3 and 4 is kind of like, the arrest and all of that stuff, and then the trial is 5, 6, and 7, I guess. That is where, for me, the series kind of dissolves a little bit. In fact, I almost stopped watching after episode 6. I only had one more to go, so I'm like, all right, I'm gonna finish this. But like, it became a very, very commonplace courtroom drama, which again, David E. Kelly, knows his way around with Ally McBeal and some of the other things he does. I think he did The Practice as well, which was all about the law. But point being, he didn't write this, so the trial stuff. Look, it's interesting enough, and the lawyer that she picks is a friend of hers, from the church. So, he's never done a criminal case before, so he's a little bit out of his depth. And there's a back and forth with him and the judge a few times that I think is good, but it never, for me, rose to greatness. Oh, these are really memorable, great scenes. It's all very, very routine once it gets to the actual trial, in the courtroom stuff. So, in my mind, maybe we split the difference here and do like a 6-episode miniseries. And I'm not suggesting a third company tries this, but maybe we do 2 episodes of background, and then we get the murder, and then we get the arrest and the trial a little bit quicker. Because I do think 7 episodes for this might have been a little bit long in the tooth. With everything in the trial kind of slowing things down pace wise, or I don't know. Maybe you could do one of those things where we do, back and forth timeline wise. We don't have to necessarily go in chronological order. Maybe that would have spiced it up a little bit. So I ended up giving Candy a C plus. I had to look it up. I knew it was kind of middling, but I gave Candy a C plus, and this one for me is right about in that range. I think because of the acting here, it is maybe slightly better, but I'm actually going to leave it with the same grade. I leave Love and Death on Max with a C plus. You can check out all 7 episodes now, and look, go back and watch Candy as well. I think that was on Hulu, and you can compare and contrast. For me, I think maybe 6 episodes is the sweet spot for the Candy Montgomery saga, and neither of those shows happen to get it right. So, all right, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Dan Reviews It. Bye.